Oh, hey, how you doing? Maybe you could give me a hand. I'm just looking for the best type of honeybees for our apiary. So, I've heard good things about Carnolians, Italian honeybees, Russian honeybees, European dark bee, big bee, small bee. I'm just in search of the right type of bees. So maybe you could give me a hand. Hop in and we'll look around. Okay, I've been looking around for a while. I haven't found any Carnolian bees. I haven't found any Italian bees. I haven't found any Russian bees. I haven't found any European dark bee. All I'm finding are local honeybees. They're just locals. I guess they're doing pretty good. Good afternoon, beekeepers and bee enthusiasts. How you doing? It's another great day at the farm, and we're hanging out. The bees are kind of getting out a little bit because of the warmer weather, so that's good. It's still a little chilly though, so got our jackets on, and we're just hanging out. So we had a great topic for you today, and of course today we'll be talking about the benefits of keeping local honeybees. Okay, or what are the benefits of making our apiaries increasingly local? So it'll be a lot of fun to talk about it. And without further ado, let's break right into it. So let's talk about probably the primary reason you should choose to keep local honeybees. What's a big thing that comes with having local honeybees? There's all kinds of different bees out there. There's bees that are used to cold weather. There's bees that are used to warmer weather, and in all different types of climates around the world, there's all different types of honeybees, okay? Now, with the races of honeybees, a lot of people say, well, I want a Carnolian or I want a Italian and all this stuff, but, a lot of honeybees nowadays have really begun to mesh with each other, okay? So, yes, you might have a bee that's, more so Carnolian than something else, still, basically most of the honeybees are mutts nowadays. Okay, so honeybees have spread their genetics with each other, so there's all kinds of different traits, but what we do know is there are bees, like I said earlier, that are more acclimated to warmer weather, more acclimated to colder weather. Now, why is this important? Let's take a queen for example, and let's say we bought a queen that was raised in Alabama, so way down south, hot weather, all that good stuff. And we live up in North Carolina, so I go down to Alabama and I make a purchase from my friends down there, and I say, okay, I'm gonna take your queen and I'm gonna bring it up to North Carolina. What you have to understand about this is the honeybees in Alabama, because it's warmer down there, basically their spring starts sooner than the honeybees in North Carolina. And the queens that are way down south down there, they start laying eggs a lot sooner in the season than queens up here in North Carolina, right? So because again, our spring arrives at a different time than someone lower, more south. So, you know, if you bring honeybees from, or queens from a very far away distance and bring it up to your area, the queen laying pattern might not be the best for that area because, you know, she could be laying eggs when it's still, you know, freezing outside. And that's not a good thing, you know. So really the best way to get around this and to make sure our bees are, you know, most prepared for our climate is to, of course, keep local honeybees. So, you know, that's the biggest reason in our opinion. And if you keep local honeybees, you're going to find that they are pretty much used to your climate more than any other honeybee could be. You know, you could bring any honeybee from anywhere else, you know, and they could have the best traits of any honeybee around, but they're still not going to be perfectly acclimated to your area like your local honeybees are. So we understand the benefits of having local bees. So how do we go about getting local bees? I mean, is there a shop right down the road that says, buy local honeybees here and you're good to go? Well, in most cases, no. But the best way you can go about getting local honeybees is to, of course, catch swarms. And if you catch swarms from your local area, from your wilderness, from your trees and whatnot, then you will get bees from the local area and your apiary will become increasingly local, okay? Catching swarms is a really good way. You know, letting your honeybees swarm and spread their genetics around, that's also a good way to help them become increasingly local. And, you know, the more they do so, then the much better they're going to be prepared for your winter and for your spring cycles and all that stuff. And remember, it's not just about, you know, transitioning from winter to spring. There's also honey flows, and there's different honey flows in different areas based off the plants. So if your bees are local, then they will know when those honey flows are going to hit, and they will be able to make the most out of collecting the honey from your area, and they will be good to go. So local honeybees are very beneficial, and you can easily acquire them through catching swarms. But one thing I really want to point out is, you know, a lot of people will purchase honeybees based off traits. So, you know, they'll go down to a store, you know, where honeybees were purchased from, or they were grown from a state or two away. And those honeybees will have, like, you know, the mite-resistant traits, or maybe they generate more honey. You know, maybe they don't sting as much. Maybe they winter better. And people are always trying to get these best traits. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many of those traits you invest into. Those honeybees are never going to be as good as the honeybees in your local area. So it's very important to keep them local, you know, and your honeybees will have the best survival chances if they are local, and your apiary becomes more and more local as you keep bees. So, you know, it was a quick little video. I think it's an interesting topic. Local bees are good to go. Don't forget it. And until next time, we'll see you soon.